Okay, so for this tutorial, the last one for this exercise, in terms of modeling, we're going to be focusing on cutting this thing up into 8 slices or wedges, and then capping those cuts so that we can produce some final section drawings. So you'll see in this object I've already cut it up. Basically we're just going to be cutting it X, Y, and Z right down the middle, and then work with these wedges. So if I remove one of these, I'm just going to hide this. We'll see what that looks like. So these are the kind of drawings we're going to be producing, three-dimensional sections, so that we're seeing a section in X, Y, and Z, and allows us to see in the interior space. Okay, so let's go and do this. So we're going to take the object, I'm going to duplicate it just in case, and then with the Cut Faces tool, I'm just going to go down the line with each one of these, the Y, Z, ZX, and XY plane. We don't want to delete, but we do want to extract. So as soon as you hit apply, your cutting plane should show up right in the middle, and that's exactly where we want it. We don't need to move it, that's pretty much it. And then we just change this to the other, and then again to the last one. Okay, now with it selected, we just need to extract all of these components. So we go to Mesh, Extract, and make sure Separate Extracted Faces is on, and we don't want any offsetting. So this should produce a group for that object, and then each wedge should be one object now. So if we open this up, we'll see all of our objects, and I'm just going to go through cleaning up or capping one of these things. I'm not going to go through all of them. So let's do that one. I'm going to just hide those. So you'll see we've got big holes here, and so we just need to create the face that's going to be our section poche. So to do that, all we need to do is append. We're going to use the fill hole command in Edit Mesh, but that only works for planar holes. And so since, let's say, this hole is folding or bending across these two axes, we just need to create a face at the corner so that it can interpolate the two different holes on their own plane. So to do that, I'm just going to go to Edit or Append to Polygon tool, and you're probably going to have to zoom in quite close to these edges. Click on that one, and then come down here. And you want to click the closest one to the corner, and it should look like that. Okay, and we don't need to do it for both sides. We just need it on one side. And you want to make sure, because this edge is really close to the corner. You see that? There is a little, yeah, so most likely some of you will have some of this issue where there's a little sliver of edge there. So I'm going to undo that, because then it won't cap this face because its opening is bending around that corner. So I'm going to undo that and do the other side. And there should be no problem. So I'm just hitting enter after I click those two sides. Okay, so that one's good. Now I need to do this one as well. So I'm going to click that edge. Oops. And the same thing over here. Oh, that's no good. That one. Okay. And got this one tiny little one here. Let's see, I'm going to try doing the bottom one. So I think this is my most complicated section piece. Okay, this one's fine since it's its own hole and it's planar. So I think that should be it. So now we should be able to cap this guy. Okay, let's try it. So then we just go to Mesh, Fill Hole, and that's what we should get. Now we just want to delete these edges. We don't want these edges, don't need them. We just want to get rid of them. And we should be able to just select and delete. Make sure, yeah, that's it. And that's pretty much it. And then I'm just going to put these assign these a different shader so that the section pops out clearly. There you go, that's our poche. So again, we'll be using these to make final drawings. We're going to draw sections of the object with each wedge removed. I'm going to rotate this thing around and look at each three-dimensional section. But that's it for this one.